In Kubernetes series, now we are going to learn what are Kubernetes objects. Let's discuss about Kubernetes objects one by one. Namespace, next pod, next replication controller, service. Let's discuss one by one. Namespace. A namespace in Kubernetes is a way to logically isolate resources within the same cluster. For example, you can think it is a virtual cluster inside your physical cluster. Okay. To create namespace in Kubernetes, we have one command, that is kubectl create namespace. Here we need to give required namespace name here. So let's create namespace. Let me open my Kubernetes machine. Yeah. In this machine, I have set up my Kubernetes cluster. So let's create one namespace now. For that, give this command kubectl space create space namespace. Here we need to give namespace name. I'm going to give here KNS like this. Yes, you can see now namespace was created in the name of KNS. Okay, now let's go for another object, that is pod. A pod is the smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes. It represents one or more containers that share, like network IP, storage volumes, etc. To create pod, we need to write one YAML script. YAML script. So let's see how to write YAML script for pod. Let me open my Kubernetes machine virtual server. Here I am going to give like kpod. We need to give YAML extension here, then only it will work. Give enter. Now we need to write a script in YAML format. So API version is v1. I will show you how to know what is API version for one of the objects. Let's discuss this in later. Next we need to give kind is pod. Indentation is very important when we are going to write YAML script, so mind it. Next metadata. Here name of the pod. I am going to give as my pod. Next namespace. Recently we have created, right? So that namespace I am going to give here. That is KNS. Next specification. In this section we need to give containers, container name. I am going to take an application Nginx from container. This is the container name only. So here I am going to give image, that is engines. Next ports, container port. Like this we need to write an YAML script. See, this is the API version, this is the kind, and next metadata section. Another one is specifications section. So let's save this. Now we need to run that YAML script. For that, command is kubectl apply -f and pod name, file name. Yes, successfully we created pod. Now let's see where our pod was created and which namespace our pod was created. For that, command is kubectl get all -n and namespace name we need to give here. Click on enter. Yes, our pod is visible in recently created namespace. Okay, like this we can create pod. Then coming to another object, that is replication controller. We should not suppose to create a pod directly. For that, we need to use replication controller. So we have replica set and daemon set also. In this video, now I am going to discuss about only replication controller. So it defines if a pod dies or deleted, the replication controller creates a new one and supports the scaling the number of pod replicas. So if a pod dies or deleted, the replication controller creates a new one. It is used to manage the pod lifecycle. Okay, let's see how to create a replication controller practically. I am going to open a file, that is rcp. Let's open. For this also we need to write a YAML script. So I am going to write a script API version. For this also it is v1. Next kind replication controller. Next one metadata. Here we need to give name. I am going to give my RC. Next namespace. These are going to write based on the requirement. So namespace is KNS. Next specification spec. Here I am going to specify replicas. Replicas number is 2. And selector. Yeah. My iPhone app. Next template. We need to give one template here. Next metadata. Inside template we need to write again metadata. It will be difficult in initial stage. When we are practice, it will be very easy. Metadata. Next labels. App, that is my iPhone app. Again we need to give spec. It should be under template. It is not like different spec. So I am going to give spec. Here we need to specify containers, container name. I'm going to give engines hyphen container. Next, image name. We need to specify image. So I'm going to take engines as an image here. Next, ports. Here we need to give container port number. Here P should be capital. Like this, we need to write a script for replication controller. We need to write the replication control script. Why? Because we should not create a pod directly. So let me save this file. By using this command, we need to run that YAML file for replication controller what we have recently written. So let's give this command. Yes, replication controller was created successfully. Next, kubectl. This is the pod what we have created firstly. These two are replicas in the sense pods. In that file we given two replicas. Let me open that file. See here, replicas are two. That's why we are able to see the number 2 here, two parts. These are running. So let's discuss about next object, that is service. This is service. A service in Kubernetes is an abstraction that defines a logical way to access a set of pods. In service we have three types. First one, cluster IP, and second one, node port, third one, load balancer, etc. Like this we have different kind of services. So by using cluster IP we can access our application in within a cluster. By using node port service we can access outside of the cluster, in the sense in any browser. So coming to load balancer, it is like a AWS service. So we can access through AWS service. What is that? Like load balancer. Let's see how to create service in practical way. For that I'm going to create one YAML file. Here I'm going to give API version. Here V should be capital. This is also V1. I will show you how to know API versions and all for each objects. Next, kind. We are going to write service. Next, metadata. These are same for every objects. Metadata. Next, name of the service. My iPhone service. Next, spec. Here I am going to give selector. Next, labels. Next, ports. Protocol, I'm going to give TCP. Port number 80. Next, target port 80, and type of service. I'm going to take cluster IP as a service here. Cluster IP service is used to access within the cluster. For example, if I take node port here, I can access outside of the cluster in the sense like browser and all. So if as of now I'm going to create cluster IP. I should be capital, C should be capital, like this. I'm going to save this script. So let's run the YML script. So let's run the YML script. See, I have created one service. To check the service, we have one command kubectl get svc. Let's give this command. Yes, this is the service we have created, cluster IP. Like this, we are going to create service. In next video, we are going to see another Kubernetes objects. Thanks for watching.